Greetings, my name is Ben, aka Downsize It, and I am joined by Social General Rob.
Hello.
And we are back after the brief hiatus that we had, and for us it's going to be a full weekend of filming. We're going to be filming lots of videos this week.
Yes.
One thing you can see is that we got some ships have come in, and we're going to be doing some unboxings today, and these will be in separate videos. The first one we'll be doing is the Recusant. And before we get to that, just want to tell you kind of what the schedule is going to be like for this week, because this will be a rare week where you guys are going to get a video every day, starting with today. And today that you guys are watching is going to be Sunday. And then tomorrow, you will be able to see the Venator unboxing we'll be releasing. And then on Tuesday, you're going to see our first bat rep in 2 weeks because of the hiatus. It's going to be with Robbie and myself that we filmed at Gear. That is featuring these two new ships, the Venator and the Recusant.
Nice.
Then on Wednesday, you're going to see our responses to the Ask Me Anything. Then on Thursday, you're going to get another bat rep, which is going to be featuring Buster for the first time, his debut battle report. And then on Friday, assuming he gets me the video, we will have the debut episode of the General's Quarters, Rob's new series that he's going to be doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. But this will be kind of like, since it's been a couple week hiatus, just going to fill up this entire week with videos, so you guys can look forward to that. And but just don't get used to it, because I'm not going to be able to do that every week.
No, we're not.
And then after this week, we'll get back to the normal, hopefully 2 or 3 videos a week, a normal schedule. But this week, we'll be all full of content. So, first we're going to be starting with the Recusant. We'll get this out of the way. And we'll just get right into it right away. So, this one actually came in, I think, just a few days ago.
Yes, it came in Thursday. Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, and we're filming on a Saturday, so just in a couple days, it just came in. So. Alright. So this, I actually have already been able to see this, because time travel, I've already filmed the bat rep with Robbie, we played a couple days ago, like here. So we do the time travel with film schedules. But this model is fantastic. And like our first unboxing we did with the Providence, I'm going to be putting pictures up on the screen for you guys, so you guys can get a closer look at it.
Well, especially this one, because it's beautiful.
Very fine details,
very
small
fine
details.
Yep, small and skinny.
Yep. Yeah, the modeling, the painting on it is just fantastic. It looks great. Yeah, this is these new models, man, they're really hitting it out of the park.
They are.
And we've got the cards, which we'll be going over here in a second. Mini rule book, which you don't really need. Just look at the rules reference, it's all in there. So we'll get this thing set up on its stand. So can be displayed. So the firing arc on this, as you guys have probably seen by now on other videos, is very unique.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, a very unique firing arc. And you guys see that there, where very shallow front arc, then it goes out really wide.
Right, yeah.
So it's one of those interesting things that this could actually be used as a broadside ship.
Good.
If you're going sideways at people, all you do is just do slight angles and you got the front arc.
Yep, that's the way I would.
Yeah. You can also just run this right at people and then try to turn at the end to get the angles.
Yep.
Little spoiler alert or teaser for the battle you guys will be seeing on Tuesday. It was actually interesting. It was more difficult than Robbie thought, because Robbie played the Separatists, to get this thing to turn enough to be able to get the side arc.
Really?
Yeah, well, just based on the angle of the way we were playing and everything, that this angle is a little bit sharper. Actually, you can't see that. This angle is sharper than what you expect when going right at someone. I think it's more easier if you're going broadside into someone to turn in to get the angle to get the double arc.
Okay,
but that's
so
just something.
Not straight ahead into somebody, then turn. So
Right.
But
if you want to try to get the double arc. But again, teaser, you'll find out its front arc is sufficient in and of itself. So I'm pretty sure
by the look of
you
it.
guys will see. It's also Very unique in that, again, we'll get to the details of this once we look at the actual ship cards. But it's a large ship and it comes with an evade. So, as you can see here with its defense tokens, an evade is included in there. And when a large ship gets an evade, it just makes it even more durable. So, which, again, I'm going to be teasing this bat rep. You guys are going to watch this because I've already played it.
Right. It sounds like he's pretty excited. I haven't seen it, of course.
Yeah.
So,
because it hasn't posted yet. It is. It was very fun and intense bat rep with a whole bunch of new stuff. So, for you guys seeing that, but I wasn't looking ahead at this whenever we went to the game, and I discovered that this thing does have an evade. Shooting at it at long range was not very effective. So, alright.
You could put TRCs on that.
Yes, absolutely.
And
that is actually something that is would be something to do to even increase the firepower. Yeah, this thing is a great looking ship. Again, I showed you guys. You guys will see the firing marks. Lots of. You get 6 dice out the front.
Oh, yeah.
Like this one that we're looking at right now is the light destroyer. And you're getting 4 reds and 2 blacks out the front. So no mid-range dice, but you're throwing 4 dice base out the front before you do any modifications for adding upgrades, etc.
Right. And
So
the side arcs are.
And the side arcs you're getting 4 dice. On this, the light destroyer, you're getting 3 red.
Nice.
Which is fantastic. So this is the long-range sniper variant.
Right.
And now these cards should be coming up on the screen about now. The light destroyer and the support destroyer, so you can see the differences. So that Rob can look at them.
Right. Yes.
You notice the side on the support actually is a little bit better for mid-range.
Yeah.
Because you got the blue dice instead of black. Out the front, again, you get more blue dice on the support destroyer, so it's more of a jack of all trades, I guess you could say, with the dice you can roll with it. Let's look at the upgrades here first.
Okay.
So we got an officer, weapons team, and offensive retrofit and turbo laser upgrade on both, which is just a lot of fantastic upgrade options. Then on the support, you get a second offensive retrofit, so you could kind of almost go with, you get 3 squad value. You could almost make this like a carrier after a faction. And but you also get the light destroyer with those black dice, the ordnance upgrade. So you can put all those black die crits stuff on there, etc. If you want to focus more on being at close range with this ship. Again, talking about the defense dice, it gets the evade, it gets the salvo. Salvo and evade on both. This thing. It has 8 health. It looks like all thin there, but it's still 8 health.
Yeah, right to a Nebulon.
Yeah, but much bigger.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
But
the general overall style. And 3 shields all around, except the back has 2. This is actually a very survivable ship.
That is a decent ship.
Very good ship.
The MC-80, the one that home won.
Both MC-80s are a hull.
Right. And their shields are 3s on the sides.
Well, no, the MC-80 command cruiser is 4.
But it's still
very comparable. Yeah. Price-wise, it's not that bad. The light destroyer is only 85 points, and the support destroyer is 90.
Only 5 points more. That's not bad.
So it's very, you're sub 100 with this thing, and you could easily run multiple. You could easily run 2, of course, but you could run 3 of these with light upgrades, and that's just terrifying to think about that.
And you can make one a carrier.
Yeah.
That's just.
Yeah, have 2 of them be the actual attackers, one be the carrier to do squad. Yeah, this.
Wow.
Crazy. It is a 3 command value ship, large ship, and they both have engineering 3, so moderate healing potential. The maneuver profile is similar to a lot of large ships for the speed 1 and 2, as you guys will be seeing there, which is the same 1 click everywhere. Speed 3 is actually kind of unique.
Yeah,
we get 2 clicks at the 2 at speed 3.
I would think that'd be more maneuverable, actually.
It's kind of weird. It's just weird. It's going to be a weird maneuver profile.
We'll have to see that rep. Find out about that.
Experimenting with that speed 3 maneuver would be interesting to see how what kind of maneuverability that is. So. Overall, just by looking at this, this is a great. This is just a great ship. Everybody's been talking about it ever since it was previewed.
Yes.
It does not disappoint seeing it in the flesh.
Mm-hmm.
And I can also tell you, just as a preview, it does not disappoint gameplay-wise either, as you guys will see.
Or just me looking at what it has
just
right
looking at
now.
the stats.
Fantastic. I'm impressed. I mean, I really wish I could bring into the Rebels.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to bring this against you then.
Yes. This is, well, you will be
at
one point or another.
Unfortunately, I can't bring that and the Venator at the same time. But anyways.
So, I think that's everything about the ship itself. I mean, the anti-squad is like, whatever. That's not what you're using this ship for.
So one blue?
One blue for the light destroyer, one red for the support.
Red actually, that's the person.
Yeah, so you can anti-squad at long range with it. It's like the Quasar Fire 2 has red. So if you wanted to kit it out to give it some upgrades to help with anti-squad, especially on the support, he's got the 2 offensive retrofits, you got anti-squad stuff on there.
Oh yeah.
So it is a potential build. You could build with it for sure.
Yeah.
Now here is more of the meat of the expansion. You will notice you get a nice, healthy hand of upgrade cards, which is great. That's always what you like to see in expansion.
Right.
Is you want to make sure the plastic looks good, looking good there, but you also want to make sure you're actually getting your money's worth in the cards as well. So let's see, where do we want to start? Well, let's just keep talking about the ship and then look at the titles.
Sure, let's do the titles.
Let's do the titles first. Save that one for last.
Okay.
What is the cheapest, most expensive? So first one is Nova Defiant. Should be coming up there. So this is going to be very similar to one that we're going to see on the Venator in tomorrow's video, where you start off where you can place 4 tokens on this card, and they have to be one of each type. So this is Nova Defiant, by the way, 4 points. When you're deployed, you must choose one of each type of command token for this card. The command value is of 4, so this is like a Starhawk, so he really slows down your commands. Then, this is actually kind of like the Executor. You can be assigned more than one of each type of command token.
Oh.
So you can have multiples, and but it doesn't look like you can go over 4. It just means that you can have multiples of the same type.
So you could have 2 engineering and 2 navigate.
Navigate.
So you can have any no more than that.
No, you can't get over 4 because command value's 4. It's not like the Executor, where the Executor can have as many as you want. But it's still similar where you can have multiples of the same type. And then when you reveal a command, you may discard all of the tokens from this card to gain them. Wow. So this is kind of like a one shot for the up. So
well, that's incredible. If you have no tokens on your ship right now, you could actually get all 4 of those on your ship.
And get one of each token.
Wow.
For 1 turn.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this would pair up really well with the token play that's going on with the Separatists. I'm actually going to have to look this up. Yeah, let's get to that. There's some interesting combos that can go on with this. With some of the commanders and officers that the Separatists are getting, which I know neither of us looked ahead at any of this. We're just doing this all for the first time.
Right.
So, Nova Defiant, with that kind of setup, this is actually going to be one of those cards where you can't just throw this down and it's like, I'm just going to play this. You have to think about it and plan ahead for it. But this could be a very powerful effect.
Yeah.
And then, of course, in addition to that, just that massive drop, 1 turn, you get all tokens for all the commands all at once. If you have token support, like Indigenous Resupply or CommsNet, you can really set up, just really load up tokens on your ship to, fuel things, fuel gunnery teams, as well as, multiple command tokens that you don't have to worry about, or maybe fueling multiple.
Gunners, for instance.
Well, they don't want to have.
I'm sorry, wrong one.
But
I'm skipping ahead. Anyways, yes.
The ability to have multiples of the same command token is very beneficial when you're trying to do different card combinations. But there's some stuff with the different commanders that I'm interested to see what you guys think about this card and the combinations that you might have been thinking about in preparation for this coming out with the different Separatist commanders. So, yeah, very unique and interesting card. Not an easy one, not one I'm just going to throw down and play, but could potentially be very powerful when playing the head right. Alright, next we have Gilded Aegis. This one is for 5 points. And so at the end of the command phase, or ship phase, you may discard a redirect defense token to move shields to one of your hull zones. If you do, the number of shields in that zone cannot exceed a maximum of 6. You cannot recover shields in the zone while it is greater than its maximum shield value. So, this is one where you basically get this is kind of interesting because you have to discard your redirect.
Right, and that part I don't like, but when I'm thinking about you using H9s on me, where I can only direct one shield.
I mean XI7s.
Sorry. XI7s on me, and I'm going to do one shield. That would be probably and this is if you really needed, like the ship only has a couple hull left, might be an incredible way to do it. That way you can move all those shields over there.
Yeah, it seems like this is almost like a one-shot where you can...
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Basically, again, if you're running right at somebody, you're not going to be able to get around to shoot at your sides. You got some shields around here, and your shields are down on the front. And it's like mid to late game.
Yeah. And
you just discard your... because you do that at the end of the command phase, so after you've played dials and you see, what the board state looks like, discard your redirect and then move all your shields to the front. Or wherever, but most likely I'm guessing on the front as this thing's going at somebody. And just to basically giving yourself free engineering to move shields. But then it seems like that's it.
But yeah, there's nothing else.
I don't know if there's any way, and this is just because we're still learning the Separatists and not that familiar with all the cards, for Separatist ships to get defense tokens back.
No, there's no Crystal Gate type of...
Or Whale Explicits. So, not that I know of, I don't think so. But... Now, there are some missions, like, potential like asteroid tactics, where you land on asteroids and get defense tokens back. That would actually be a good mission to pair with this title.
Oh, gosh.
But I see this as like a 5-point, one-shot, mid-game, basically to help save the ship.
Yes.
Keep the ship alive that much longer. That's what I think this is for.
Last saving grace.
I would say it's kind of like a mediocre title.
Yeah.
It's not terrible, but it's also not fantastic.
Right.
It's like, I think it's just like an okay title, and 5 points is all right, I guess.
Yeah.
So
like you said, okay title.
An okay title. Yeah. And again, basically when I edit this, I'll try to do some more research, and once we get more cards, and be like, I'll be putting in the text, like, no, here's a combo that could actually be done. And also, again, and I'll be sure to do this at the start of the Venator unboxing, just to remind everybody. For our unboxings for the giveaway, which is actually for a Venator for the month of June, how you enter in for the giveaway, the unboxing videos, is just comment in the comments below about the expansion, about the cards we're talking about the ship itself, just your opinions on it. And we're asking you questions like this.
Yes.
With this Gilded Aegis, for those of you Separatist players that are, more in-depth Separatist players than we are, is there a way to get defense tokens back?
And as you know, since we played subscriber lists, you guys come on tags that we never thought of.
Yeah, so is there a way that you can make this happen more
please.
than once? So that would be actually interesting to learn to know. All right, now this is the one you guys is
famous.
This is the one that you guys are going to be seeing all the time.
Yes.
You're going to see it on Tuesday, and it's showcased very well. It's the Patriot Fist. 6 points.
That's not bad.
This is going to be the title that everyone runs on a Recusant, and I have a feeling these two titles will basically be very rare that you see.
Okay.
Because Patriot Fist, while attacking a ship at medium to long range, if this is your first attack during your activation, you may add 2 blue dice to your attack pool. If you do, you cannot attack again during this activation. So you get 1 attack.
Yeah, with 2 red dice.
But you're going right at somebody straight ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting to throw 2 blue, 4 red at somebody. Don't worry about double arcing or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Wow.
this is pretty fantastic. And this showcased very well on the bat rep you guys are going to see on Tuesday. It says like there'll be a bunch of teasers and previews for the bat rep on Tuesday because it features these 2 ships. But this is a very fantastic and makes this very scary coming at you.
Not a one shot, right?
No,
You can do
the entire game.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, the entire game.
Wow.
As long as you're at medium to long range, you can add 2 blue dice, and if you only attack once.
Medium and long, right?
Yeah.
Can't do close.
Can't do close.
Okay.
Which now that I say that, you might have done that one wrong. Well, forewarned, I think we did that wrong on one round, but it would not have made a difference in the battle, as you guys will see. But yeah, I think that might have happened once. But anyway, yes, this is very fantastic, and especially, you don't mind being at long range with this guy because when there's shooting back or salvoing back, it was what I discovered when salvoing back when I was attacked by this. I learned that he had us in evade. Just canceling my salvo dice, so it's very ineffectual.
Yes, I can imagine.
So those are the titles. 1, I'd say, really fantastic title, and 2, that titles that I think remain to be seen how effective they're going to be.
Yeah, I really am curious about the Aegis one. I think I put my bottom 3 if I had picked.
Yeah, because it is for sure. As far as I know, it's for sure a 1 shot.
Yeah.
Only because you have to discard the redirect.
Unless you can do advanced tactics, as you said, and you can actually get your...
Yeah, asteroid tactics would be a mission where you can get defense tokens back, so you do this.
So there's a way to do that.
Yeah.
But
then Nova Defiant, that's one I want to research more about how to make that you could really do really nice token play with this, with certain commanders. So
and with Separatists being such token play, there's probably a lot out there ways to do it. So
yes.
we'll have to look into it. And again, if you guys know, please let us know.
Now, let's segue into the commanders. You get 2 commanders. In this expansion, you get Martuk and TF-1726. And Martuk is what we debuted on the bat rep that you guys see on Tuesday.
We'll start with that one.
And we'll start with that one, and it combines really well with Patriot Fist. I'm sure
nice.
people that have already seen this come know where it's going. So Martuk is, while a friendly ship is attacking, if the defending hull zone has at least 1 shield remaining, the attacker may add 1 red dice to its attack pool. So, if you're attacking someone and they still got shields there,
right,
you get additional red dice.
Oh.
With this, plus 2 blue dice,
So
which I got to experience multiple times on our backup.
You want to lower your shields, don't you?
Yes. Because the downside is that when a friendly ship is attacking a ship that has no shields remaining, after rolling attack dice, the attacker must cancel 1 attack dice. So if you're attacking a ship that has no shields, you have to get rid of a dice after you roll. So you get to see what you roll, so you can actually get rid of a blank.
Right,
You get to roll at least first. And this is, they have to have no shields. It doesn't matter if it's on the hull zone. So this is actually interesting. So you get the benefit if they have shields on the hull zone you're attacking.
Mm-hmm.
No benefit if you're attacking a hull zone that has no shields, but shields elsewhere.
Right.
But if they have no shields at all, then they have to cancel their attack dice. So.
Wow. And as we've known, the Separatists, that, and actually probably the clones as well, they actually do have costs now to a benefit. Benefit also has a cost.
Yeah, this one is definitely a positive negative.
Yeah,
for sure.
And a lot of the cards on theirs too.
Yeah, they've done quite a few of that with these new Clone Wars upgrades.
Which I kind of like.
Yeah.
Makes some more game.
You can give some give and take and stuff. But yeah,
tactics.
This actually, Martuk is actually, I think, a very effective commander.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Especially first half of the game when everyone's got shields, so you're able to really tee off.
Who does that work with Salvo?
You can never add dice with salvo, ever.
Okay.
That's just, never, ever add dice with salvo, ever. For anyone that's wondering, never, ever add dice with salvo. You can modify dice, but you can never add dice.
Okay.
So, the Martuk, I think he's 28 points, not bad.
No, it sounds about right.
Yeah, it sounds about right, and the way that, you'll see on the debut on Tuesday, Robbie and I were both very impressed with how he performed. So,
oh wow.
Okay, yeah, we were very impressed with that. Right now, the second commander, TF-1726, is a droid. He's 26 points.
Okay.
Once per activation, while a friendly ship is attacking a ship, the attacker adds 1 black dice to its attack pool for each raid token the defender has to a maximum of 2 additional dice. Well, this is where you then want to start raiding people.
Right, exactly. And Separatists have many ways to do that.
They do. You got the rocket droids.
You even got the Jedi hostage, for instance.
Jedi hostage. You've also, and then just I don't know. Did they have assault? I don't know if they have assault yet. But yeah, you get some raid tokens on your opponent, and you can start adding black dice.
Right.
And it says you just add 1 black dice to its attack pool for each raid token. The range doesn't matter. So you could have this ship shooting at long range with Patriot Fist throwing 4 red, 2 blue. And then let's say you had a ship up close range, you did BB rocket droids. Maybe done that twice.
Right.
So now you get to add 2 more black to this attack coming out the front.
So that'd be 2, 4.
At 8 dice.
8 dice, yeah.
Yeah, 8 dice.
Wow.
Yeah. This is a great card.
Yeah.
Now it's conditional, you gotta get the raid tokens, because if you don't get the raid tokens, it's doing nothing for you. So you need to definitely plan your fleet around when you're taking this guy.
Yeah.
That you're like, this is gonna be a raid fleet. I need to have dedicated ships, so you put raid tokens on ships.
Right.
So then when I hit it, I'm getting an extra black dice. So now it's once per activation, so if you got someone in double arc, you can't do it with the second shot.
Right.
Or you could do it with your second shot, not on the first, but just one of your attacks.
But only one. Yeah.
Only one, you get to have the extra black dice. So that's, I think that's pretty fantastic.
Oh, it is pretty fantastic. I really do think so, yeah.
But again, it's not straightforward, simple. You still have to set it up. You got to plan your fleet around it to get the raid tokens.
And as a lot of people have asked us in the comments and such about how to build fleets, in a way, this is one way you would have to build a fleet, I would say, is around the commander. If you took this commander right here. Because if you didn't, you build it on a ship, and then put that commander in it, it's not going to work.
Yeah, you almost want to, well, I mean, that's the way I do. I always start with the commander.
Right, but for other people who are wondering different ways to do it, that is definitely a way to do it, for that guy especially. Because if you have no way to give him raids, he's not going to do much for you.
Yeah, so I would say that's just the general rule to keep in mind when you're building fleets. Start with the commander. There are a lot of commanders that if you don't pay attention to what the commander is doing, you're not getting any benefit.
Yes. So. You forget what the commander does.
Yes. All right, so now we have the officers. We've got 3 officers for Separatists, all named officers coming in. So the first one, let's do him. He's 6 points. It's Pascal Argente. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yes.
And his card says, when you reveal a command, you may place a matching command token on this card. Then, if you have at least one of each command, they spell it out, but 1 nav, squad, cut straight fire, and engineering command token on this card, you may gain 1 additional command dial of your choice.
Wow. That's
so
impressive.
Minimum. Yeah, so every time you reveal a command, you may place a matching command. So you do have to plan this ahead.
Yes.
So you have to plan all the commands as they go. But it says you just gain the token, so you don't have to spend the command to gain the token.
No.
And round 4 then, when you reveal the last one, you will get the token. And then you'll have the 4, and then you'll be able to get this. So the remaining 4, as long as you're, because it's going to be on this card, you're not spending them. You'll get for the remainder 4, 5, and 6 rounds. You'll get 2 commands for whatever ship this guy's on. So this is definitely a late game planner. Now there's I know some of you guys are thinking that there's a way to do this faster. I think I saw on I think it might have been the Kravix Armada Facebook page, some people were talking about this card in a combo with somebody. Again, I'm sorry guys that I didn't.
Yes.
We're just doing this as is. We didn't do any advanced planning on this. We're just wanting to see this fresh as they're coming out. But that I think there is a way you can get this to activate sooner. There's a way to get multiple tokens on this card faster.
But the only thing is I see is that it says when you reveal.
Yeah, when you reveal a command.
So I'm wondering how you would do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So we'll have to look into it. But it's just very, very...
I think Kraken, maybe. Because Kraken is like Throm, where if you have a token, and but I don't know if that's considered revealing. But anyway, again, more things to research and look into. Yeah. And interesting play. At the very least, basic. If you plan it out right, round 4, 5, and 6, you're getting 2 commands every round. Because the second one you get is up your choice. So that can just be whatever you need at the moment. You're obviously putting this thing on your flagship.
Yes.
Or ship you know is going to survive, and that you want to benefit from 2 command dials. So, very great late game card. And I think
many late games I've played against Ben that I could use something like that.
Yes. Actually, I want to check something here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not, I was wondering if you could combine this with another Define to do it all at once, but I don't think with the way the wording works, I don't think that would work. Yeah, because again, it's like you said, reveal. You have to reveal the command.
Yeah, the token. That wording right there is the one.
It wouldn't work with no Define. I thought, ooh, that could be an interesting, but no, it's not going to work that way. But anyway, again, great late game. I think this would be fantastic. You just have to be patient.
Yes.
Plan for a late game explosion of and also put impetus on your opponent when he knows that you have this guy. It's like I got to take this ship out before we hit round 4, otherwise I'm in trouble. So, but again, I think there might be some interesting combos that can be done with that to maybe do it faster. I thought I saw that on the forums at one point, but I have to do some research. Next, 3 points. We have Sand Hill. And he lets you place 2 squad tokens on here to start. And at the start of the squadron phase, you may discard any number of tokens from this card. For each token you discard in this way, 1 additional squadron at close or long range of you may be activated during each of your fleet's turns to activate squadrons this phase.
Wow.
So this is a one. Well, not potentially one shot.
No, I mean, you could do 2 turns.
You could do 1 and 1, or just 1 big hit.
Yeah.
Now, how this would work? This is in the squadron phase. So keep that in mind. That this is in the squadron phase. It's not during squadron commands during the ship phase. This is one where you could, like, if you really want to, especially if you're first player, because normally you activate 2 at a time, maybe. You could set it up where if you really want, if you have lots of squads, like a whole bunch of vulture droids or whatever, and you're like, you know what, I want to activate everybody, or I want to have activation advantage big time to just really go ham in the squad phase. You could say, I'm going to discard both of these, so I'm going to activate 4 squads at a time.
Yeah.
So especially if you're first player, you'd activate 4 squads right away. You obviously want to do this when you're in range to attack somebody.
Right.
Your squads are already set, because they can't move and attack, or attack, it's one or the other, and just wipe out your opponent's squads before they get a chance to move. And then they activate 2 or whatever, you get to activate 4 again. So this would be you really want to do this with the Swarm build.
Now, do you know why I'm kind of smiling? The Invisible Hand. How do you think that would work with the Invisible Hand's first strike?
Well, remember, this is during the squadron phase, not squad commands.
Right. Okay. That's what I'm asking.
Well, Invisible Hand is a squad command.
Okay.
That's the only way you can get it.
I was just thinking that. Wow.
No, it would not work with the Invisible Hand.
Yeah.
Because this is during the squad phase. Now, I think I've seen some people talking about hyperwave signal boost working with this to give more flexibility. That some combos with Sand Hill potential is hyperwave signal boost.
Oh, okay.
Get more flexibility with. I'm not that familiar with that card because it had some odd wording and everything on how it works. But with this, to be able to, if you want to do a build where you're focusing more on squad play in the squadron phase as opposed to doing squad commands,
which is big in this.
So you could actually potentially do this. So I think this is very unique. Again, you have to build specifically around to make this go off. It's not something you just throw in there. But it could actually go off really well. And with the Separatists, they have a whole bunch of cheap fighters.
Yep.
So you can just really fill up your fleet with cheap fighters and just plan on doing squad phase, just to get that little extra edge boost, especially as first player. This would be really effective, I think. So, have to look at Hyperwave Signal Boost again, combined with this card. I think that's a good combination that could go off with this, if I'm remembering off the top of my head what it does. I'll put it up there on the screen, just side by side. You guys can get what we're talking, just so you guys can also look at it. Okay, so next we have Shumai. It is 4 points, officer. So after deploying fleets, you may place 2 non-consecutive round tokens on this card, so this is kind of like a general tag, or a guard bill Iblis, except as an officer, not as a commander. Then during each round matching one of those tokens, while attacking a ship, you may re-roll up to 3 dice. Wow.
Wow. Yes. I say yes because I roll blanks like nothing.
Yeah.
As I've seen it.
Again, just in this expansion, this is a great one to go on this.
Yeah, exactly.
I think like round 2 and 4, or round 3 and 5, and on those rounds, I mean, you're throwing 4 red dice.
Yep.
And you get to re-roll 3 of them.
Yep. I think that's why I do 3, 5, or 4 and 6, depending.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll do 2 and 4. I think 4 and 6 would be too late. It's possible that by that point, the ship's either going to be destroyed, or the game's going to be near the end, where it's not going to matter as much. But since this is throwing at long range, you can be in range easily in round 2.
Right.
So throw your long range dice. So round 2, I think, would be effective. Round 3 for sure. And again, when you're throwing lots of red dice, you need the rerolls to make them more effective.
Yes.
Because there's so many blanks on red dice.
I definitely do.
So I think she's a fantastic officer. I have a feeling we might see a lot of her in Separatist fleets. Obviously, I think, just my personal opinion, I think you personally want to put it on a ship that is throwing red dice. I think the Recusant is a perfect ship for this. Providence would be great.
Yeah,
the Providence is still a great ship. Any ship that's throwing lots of dice, re-roll, so you can maximize the re-roll potential that she gives you. And it's actually not that hard to plan. Because you get to do it after deploying fleets. You can see how it's all set up. You can always measure something at all times. So you can basically, moving speed 1 or 2, then moving this long range. I'll be long range in round 2.
Right.
So round 2 and then round 4, so I can get re-rolls and just really hammer down on my shots to maximize. So I think Shumai is a fantastic officer. Out of the 3 officers, probably like Shumai the best. But Sandhill, I think, would be really cool and unique. Just a very unique one. But I think if you combine it with other cards in this specific style of play.
Right.
And Pastel Argenta, I really need to research more about if there's a way to get this faster. But just on its own is still great. I think if you're willing to be patient and just know that rounds 4, 5, and 6, all right, it's time to tee off and go nuts.
Yeah, I think he's one that I would have to research too. But I think you're right. I would definitely pick the same ones you did, just because, well, if you're just they're easier and makes sense. The last guy, 8. Yes, Pastel. Definitely is a one to research unless you just research him a little more, figure out how to use him a little bit better.
I think you just need to be patient.
Yeah.
It's one of those where you plan on that ship that he's on is holding back.
Yeah.
Because the commands that you plan aren't as important, so you can plan the nav, plan the construct fire, and you're just getting the tokens.
Yep.
Plan the engineering, and then maybe round 4 you plan the squadron command.
Correct.
And you activate your squads. You get your squadron command normally you plan, and then you can also get your construct fire dial.
Right.
So that you do a big hit or whatever. It's just, or maybe you've already taken some shots. Like, now I'm gonna get my free engineering dial. I mean, again, just end game potential of that. Just I just thought there, just end game. You can guarantee 4, 5, and 6 guaranteed to get engineering dials every round. Now, to keep your main ship alive. In addition to whatever you're planning normally. So
engineering on this is 3 or 4.
3. But putting this on I think he would be even better on a Providence, actually.
I was going to say, yeah.
I think he would be fantastic a Providence officer.
Mm-hmm.
Or Munificent as well. So, anyway, I think all 3 officers are good. I think they both have uses, and I think Shumai is the more universal use, can be put in any ship no matter what. The other 2 you definitely have to plan ahead and plan out.
And build
out, So far, liking this expansion. Now we get the generic cards, and we've seen these all before.
Yeah, so many of these stuff.
Yep, but we got flat guns. Actually, flat guns finally. Yes, this is the first time we have flat guns because we were proxying. We've been playing with it. We've just been pretending it's on the table. But yes, finally have flat guns. I love. This is my favorite card in the Clone Wars all expansion since Clone Wars started. Base box to now the Wave 10 stuff. I love this card. I actually I have 2 vendors now. I picked them up a T-shirt. That's actually what I played with.
Okay.
So I now have, they actually, you'll see. I mean, I'm teasing what you're seeing tomorrow, but Vendor comes with these as well, the flat guns. I have 4 of these. But I love this card so much because I also love local fire control. It's easily my favorite upgrade card that came out of the Honor Starhawk expansions.
Yep.
To give salvo to a Star Destroyer, and then being able to salvo at long range with my blue dice.
Yes.
So it's one of those, I just absolutely love it. Because on Imperial 2, which I love to run, that means whenever you shoot at me, I will be salving you with 1 red and 2 blue. Even at long range, so all of you long range ships trying to snipe my Star Destroyer, you really want to do that, because I'm probably throwing more dice back at you than you're shooting at me. So I love the flat gun upgrade. It is a permanent addition now to my standard Throne build on the Chimera. So,
the question is, what does he get rid of? Stay tuned for that.
Well, I don't get rid of anything.
Okay.
The offensive retro I have blank. So this offensive retrofit fits perfectly. It's only 3 points. Absolutely fantastic. I love it. And it works for all ships. But and then the tangentially, the first part actually, where you get to change your anti-squad armament to black. That's not bad either.
Yeah, not bad. No.
Black dice, black anti-squad dice is great. Simon has it, and I've always liked it. So for me personally, I get to put on my ISD2s now. Get double black for anti-squad. So my favorite, by far, really my favorite upgrade card that has come out of all the Clone Wars stuff. So, great addition here. Alright, now these are the 2 we've already seen. So we've got B2 Rocket Troopers. This came into Providence as well. Rob loves these guys.
I do like these guys.
And so, for those that, obviously didn't watch an unboxing, we'll just read it here for you. It's 7 points. Offensive retrofit. It's refreshable, so you have to exhaust it, but you can refresh it back. That's what this little symbol here means. See it on the picture there. The little rotating arrows. And while you perform a non-salvo attack against a ship at close to medium range, you can exhaust this card. If you do, the defender gains 1 raid token of your choice. So like we were talking about, this is going to pair well with TF1726.
Right. Put
those raid tokens on there. And it's one of those, you maybe do that with your first attack.
Yep.
Then second attack, you get to add the black dice.
Right.
So that's the combo there. Second part, while attacking a squadron, you may exhaust this card. If you do, add 1 die of a color already in your attack pool to your attack pool. So these B2 rocket troopers are chasing down squads too. You get extra dice when you're flapping. So 7 points, it's expensive, but definitely worth it.
I think
definitely worth it.
Points.
Yes, absolutely. And
I love those guys. I really do.
And this is actually one where would combo well. We were talking about the support. Where is it? Oh, here it is. The support Recusant that has the red anti-squad.
Right.
Combined with B2 rocket troopers.
Yes.
Flacking you, then add 2 red.
Mm-hmm.
Flacking at squads. So that actually would be a good combo with this. Yeah. So that's actually great.
Doesn't one of them get 2 offensive retrofits?
Yes, this is when it gets 2 offensive retrofits.
So you could put 2 on. They're not titles, they're not singles.
No, you can't have the same upgrade. That's basic version. So, but what you could combo with is you can combo with flat guns.
Right.
But that would reduce your range. I don't know if you want to do flat guns combo with that because that's going to reduce your range.
I think I'd do link turbo towers. If you really want to get, especially if you really want to get that flat.
Yes, that'll be your turbo laser upgrade,
Yep.
which this does have, the support destroyer.
Right.
So if you really want to set up the support destroyer as an anti-squad, especially long range, you put linked turbo laser towers, put B2 rocket troopers on there.
Yeah.
So now you're rolling 2 red. Well, you're starting with 2.
Right.
Yeah, you're starting with 2 red.
Right.
Well, 1 red. Exhaust is
That's
now 2 red.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're shooting at a named person,
Right.
well, 1, you're getting to reroll with linked turbo laser towers because they're red dice.
Right.
And if you're shooting at a unique squad, you get to add 2 more dice of any color. So you can have 4 red or black or blue or whatever.
Yeah.
So at long range.
That's
So
sick.
you could really set this Recusant up to be a really good anti-squad ship at long range and just long range flak and people's enemy squads before they're even in range to do anything. So yeah, B2 rocket troopers, that's just an example for this, but good all around, fantastic. Love this upgrade card. It's a shame that it's a separatist only. So but it would not make sense anywhere else.
No.
Now this is another one that I really like, an upgrade. This is the DBY 827 Heavy Turbo Lasers. Turbo Laser upgrade slot.
Yep.
You guys have seen this on the channel before, and so Bad Reps used to great effect with Starhawks. Mainly by Robbie, showing this to me. It's only 3 points, and the reason why it's so good is that while you are performing a salvo attack, you may change 1 dice to a face with a crit icon.
Yes.
So that means if you are salvoing with black dice, you are guaranteed to do a hit crit.
Right.
No matter what. Of course, if you roll better than that, great. But it's just one of those things where it really makes people think if you want to set up your ship to be super defensive. This might have been a month ago now, but Robbie did a triple Starhawk list.
Yes,
A triple salvo Starhawk list.
But yeah, it was about a month ago.
I think it was the dual Starhawk list. It was a subscriber submitted list. And they both had these DBYs on it, triple salvo. So these Starhawks, I'm shooting them, and he's got triple salvo, so he can just salvo me for days.
Right.
And he's guaranteeing that, we were in close range in that battle, that he was going to hit crit every time on that black dice.
Yeah.
So if you want to set up a ship to be like salvo defensive,
Right.
and just guarantee, damage back on someone, and not even just the black dice is where it's obviously because you get to hit crit on the black dice, but any dice, rolling, if you're salving with red dice or blue, you're automatic, you're guaranteed to hit back with your salvo. So, especially if you put this on a ship, I don't know, it'll be weird to do this, but like you could put this on an MC-80 battle cruiser, give it a local fire control to give it a salvo, and it's got 2 turbo laser upgrades. So you can have a normal turbo laser, and then give it DBY. And anyway, I don't know how effective that would be, but still, just the fact that if you want to do more of a defensive build, you can put this on small ships. I like this on big ships because you're having more dice to salvo back with people. But I've liked I actually did a Venator build with this setup like this, more defensive. You'll see on Tuesday. I'll try this out to do more defensive setup. But I really like this upgrade. I just think it's kind of unique and cool.
Right.
So
that's really good. Or you can just scare people from shooting a ship.
Yes. Yes.
Fear is a wonderful weapon.
Exactly. I love how the game is developing where there are certain builds you can be like, you're not just, all right, I now attack. Now you have to think, do I want to attack? Is this the one thing ever since Salvo came in, I loved how that changed that mechanic fundamentally. And they're just building upon Salvo with so many new cards coming out. I love how they're expanding upon the usefulness of Salvo.
Yes.
So, absolutely fantastic expansion overall, I think. You get a lot of cards.
Oh, yeah.
There are a lot of great upgrade cards, fantastic titles, fantastic officers, commanders.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the main reason is for the ship itself.
Yeah.
This Recusant is a beautiful ship.
She is.
Its stats are fantastic. Very, very impressed. I guess, Rob, overall, I guess in conclusion, you want to give your overall thoughts on the expansion for the Recusant.
Well, as we said, we really didn't look into it, but we wanted to say the unboxing for this video. But yeah, I think I would definitely use it for the Blade Destroyer, and I would send her in kind of like what Ben said, forward first, and then arc it sideways as we get closer. Try to get a double arc, of course. And yeah. Anyways, I'm just falling in love with this ship, and I really like the clones more. It's really hard not to play the Separatists, so that's why I'm getting both. By the way.
Yeah.
And I actually might be picking up another one of each of these ships.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I can have 2 of each.
A dual Recusant list is just going to be.
Yeah.
I don't look forward to playing against that. That's for sure.
So yeah, you know, she's a beautiful ship. Like we said.
Yeah.
The dice sides on everything. I mean, this ship is just nasty. And the shields and all that, and all the evade on it. I mean, come on. The things you can do with evade, whether it's defensive or offensive. Yeah, she's gonna be a beautiful ship. Now, I'm interested to see. Again, yes, we're teasing the bat rep here. Your bat rep, or how difficult it is to maneuver. That I'm interested to see. So we'll have to wait for that. But
yeah, I wouldn't say it wasn't difficult maneuvering. It was just surprising because its arcs are so different from anything else in the game. It was just weird trying to set up the double arc.
Okay.
So you'll see what I mean when you guys watch the bat rep.
Right.
It was just because it's so different. It wasn't. You get so used to playing with the angles like me with Star Destroyers. I know exactly how they go and what I got to do to line up the double arc. Or if you're playing with mainly Rebels, where the arcs are from corners.
Yep.
You're used to MC80s, you're used to the Starhawk.
Mm-hmm.
And you're used to how to set those double arcs. This is so unique that it's just going to take some practice to learn how to play this so you can easily set up the double arc, just because the arcs are so different. So, yeah. And that's I wouldn't say difficult, it's just different.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's another thing I love about these new ships coming out. They're different.
They're changing them up.
They're changing them up, even though some things will be, the Pelta will be coming out, or be arriving in the US, I should say, will look the same. I'm wondering what they're going to do with that.
Yeah, it's definitely got some unique things on it. I'm looking forward to looking at that.
About.
Yep, to see how it changes.
Yeah, see if they change anything or whatnot.
Yeah. I think the appeal of this is that this is so different, but so unique. What you guys what you'll see next tomorrow, that we're about to our unboxing tomorrow, the Venator, is actually going to be very similar to something.
Oh, good.
Because I mean, it's the progenitor of the Star Destroyer.
Right.
But we'll talk about that more in depth tomorrow.
Right.
But for now, that is the Recusant unboxing.
Yep.
Again, great expansion. I think they hit it out of the park with this one.
Oh, definitely.
As far as content, the model itself, absolutely beautiful model. Be careful with it. It is a very thin model.
Yeah.
Be careful with storing it and transporting it because I can easily see this breaking. Just be careful with it. But other than that, it's beautiful, and I can tell you just from first-hand experience already, because I got one in a couple days ago, that this thing, its functionality is deadly, and it is scary. So, yeah. So you guys, comment in the comments below what your thoughts are on the Recusant expansion, whether the ship itself, its stats, the model, the upgrade cards that come in the expansion.
Yes.
Talk about the cards, the combinations you're thinking of, all that stuff. Just your overall general thoughts, and that will enter you into the giveaway for the Venator expansion that we're giving away, courtesy of Garrett Vance. And if you've already answered a question in a previous video, this will give you an additional entry. So comment in the comments below for that. And also, I want to start reminding everybody in every video, if you are interested in Admiral Tater Ship Shop gear, don't forget to use downsize at 10, downsize at 10 for 10% off. So don't forget to use that so you guys can get 10% off his entire store. So Rob, it's fun checking this thing out. I can't wait to actually see you use it, or me use it, for us to play with it with you.
Which is really odd for you to say, because you said you didn't want to play Separatists.
Well, I don't want to, but...
I'm just saying, that's hard for you to say.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get a bat rep in a couple weeks. That we'll be able to feature that with Sultry General Rob.
Yes.
And until next time, guys, take it easy.